Hi and welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Today I want to talk about the Egoscue method. I want to go over what it is so that you can understand how exactly can Egoscue help you or someone you know. And I'm very happy to be here, and if you have any questions, we'll definitely go over those at the end as well. So what is Egoscue exactly? So first of all, we can start off with the fact that the word Egoscue is the last name of Pete, who started this back in 1971. Now, Pete was injured in the Vietnam War. He had surgery done on him, and basically his physician, whoever was taking care of him, told him that, pain is something you'll have to deal with for the rest of your life. Others were telling him it was PTSD, that there was nothing wrong with him, it was all in his head. But Pete knew that there was something going on in his body that was causing the pain, but no one could help him. So he decided to basically take the matter into his own hands, and we're all glad that he did, because years later we definitely have a great thriving method that's able to help hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people to live pain-free. So Pete started this back in 1971. He was not a doctor or a physician, or he didn't have an anatomical background, but he really had that motivating factor that was driving him to find an answer to his pain, because nobody wants to live with pain. So he studied the human body, he studied anatomy, obviously, just how everything works, how everything should properly work, and through it all, he was basically able to find out what was wrong with his body, and he was able to take care of it and relieve his pain, and therefore help others. Now, what Pete studied and what we study here at Egoscue and what we present to you is the human body. Obviously, I'm sure you've seen the human body, we all have, but the way we take a look at it is a little differently. So starting off with the body, we have 8 different load joints. Now, the design of the human body, like I mentioned before, is a perfect design. And so when we're all born, we all have perfect little bodies, of course, unless you've had a congenital disorder. But usually we all have perfect little bodies, and then through time we start obviously walking, running, sports, jobs, stress in life, everything starts to weigh on the body, and then the body starts to adapt and conform, and different dysfunctions and things occur in the body. Now, if we take a look at the perfect design of the human body, we'll see that we have 8 different load joints. We have 2 shoulders, 2 hips, 2 knees, and 2 ankles. Now, these load joints are load-bearing joints. Of course, that the weight that we carry is distributed onto, the weight of our body is distributed onto these load joints, and obviously that weight is there all the time. When we sit, we stand, we run, we walk. And in the perfect body, the joints have to be aligned in the frontal plane. So in the front, when you look at the body, everything should be stacked, right? Everything should be horizontal and vertically stacked, right? Shoulders should be the same level, the hips should be the same level, the knees as well as the ankles all the way down. Same thing from the side view. If you stand sideways, your ear should be over your shoulder, shoulder over the hip over the knee, knee over the ankle. When the body is in that position, all the muscles, all the ligaments, everything that is attached and everything surrounding is in the proper working order, has the proper function. So all of our muscles and bones have their own specific function that they perform. Whatever the hip does, the shoulder does, is different. They have different movements, different range of motions, and that is what keeps the body in motion, obviously keeps the body pain-free. Now, however, whenever there is a difference in, we call it a dysfunction or something that goes wrong, when the shoulder's a little higher or the hip is out of place, their muscles will try to kick in and try to help, and it throws off that perfect balance in the body, and you start having different issues because things are being overworked that shouldn't work as hard. So one of our biggest goals here at Egoscue, and it's what kind of makes us stand apart and sets us apart from other places that help to relieve pain, is that we focus on the root cause of the problem. So we're not symptom-based. So if you come into the clinic, or if I see someone who comes in to see me or tells me about a pain they have, I'm not going to focus my attention on that symptom, because there's a reason that that pain is happening. The pain is just the body's way of telling you that something is wrong, okay? But it doesn't necessarily mean that wherever the pain is, that is what's wrong with the body. So you may have neck pain, but it could be because your hips are out of alignment, right? So your hips aren't working properly, your upper body's having to function double, having to function more than it should, muscles tighten up, you start getting neck pain, right? Or your head is forward, it's pulling on the neck, a lot of tension's causing that due to some misalignment in the body. So we definitely stand out in terms of the fact that we go for the root cause of the problem. We figure it out, we figure out what's causing it, we go after it, and we're able to fix the body and relieve the pain in a long-term fashion. So you're probably wondering, how does it all work? You know, is it some kind of magical thing? Do we just put you in a position and you're better, or do we tell you what to do and you leave and you're better? But we'll definitely go over that. Now, we treat the body as a unit, and I had just talked about that, how we go after the cause, not the symptom. So when we look at your body, we're going to look at you from head to toe, side, front, everything. We're going to take a look at your whole body, because the body works as a unit, which is wonderful. However, the negative side is when something's not working, the body, the unit starts to take over, and thus causing the issues. So we're going to work on your whole body. We're going to get your whole posture. Okay, so not just that shoulder that's out of alignment. We're going to work on the whole body so that everything is in perfect alignment and everything is back to working properly. So if you know, and if you don't, I'll tell you, muscle moves bone, right? So muscle has the ability to shift the bone. Now, if you think about it, the way your body is now, obviously the muscles have shifted those bones by themselves, right? It's not like you woke up one morning and said, hey, I want to move my shoulder out of alignment, right? So over time, the muscles help shift those bones. So if muscles have that ability to do it on their own, right, without you forcing it, or unless it's an injury, the muscles have the amazing ability, because muscles have memory, to also help move that bone back into alignment. So what we do here is we definitely focus on giving you exercises that help to activate the proper muscles that require the certain movements to help move and shift the bones into proper position, right? So you're probably wondering, what does that even mean? How do we do that? So we try to isolate muscles. You know, if you have a hip that's shifted out, and you have really tight hip flexor muscles, the big giant muscles, your quads, the muscles on the side of your hip that attach, if they are really tight and they need to be loosened up, right, because they've shifted your big femur bone out of position, you know, we're going to make you do some stuff, say on the floor, or against the wall, or in a chair, so where you put your body in these certain positions that shuts off everything else except focusing on what muscle we need to activate. And this will help your body start to understand and start to realize that, hey, this is how we should work properly. So when you stand up and walk, your muscles are starting to work, you're starting to get more functionality back in your body, and the pain is relieved because there's no reason for that pain anymore. If you have bone on bone, if you have you know, bulging disc, or anything else, you know, something to do with your spine, or hip pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, a lot of that's usually caused because of tension, or something's being, you know, if you have bone on bone, bones are rubbing against each other, so there's no space, there's no room, and obviously the pain is a way it's manifested to kind of let the body know that something is wrong. So we need to create the space, we need to move those joints back into proper positions so you have a proper and functioning body that's able to withstand everything you want to do in life. Because I know you want to be pain-free, and I want to be pain-free, and there is a way to be that way. There's a way to live without limits and functionality, to be fully functional and to be able to enjoy everything in life that there is. So that is our goal at Egoscue here, is to, when you come in, we take a look at you and we're going to find out the root cause of that problem of yours that's happening, and we go through it all together. We make sure you understand what's going on, make sure we understand what's going on, we're all on the same page. We go through the exercises, we follow up with you, we stay in touch, we see you often, and we're in that process with you together, so that we're there from step one to, you know, whenever we let you go, or forever, if you want to stay with us forever, because we're always here to help, to work on that body and on that posture, so that we can all achieve the pain-free living that is possible for everybody. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and learn a little bit about Egoscue. If you have any questions, you can definitely let me know. And all right, thank you.